All right, let's dive right in and break down exactly how we calculate your bottom line estimated marketing value, or EMV, for your So Good dashboard. Look, if you run a business, you already know the marketing world is just absolutely packed with inflated metrics and vanity numbers that do not pay the bills. You just want to know what your investment is actually doing for your bottom line. Period. That is exactly what EMV is built to answer. It's a plain language metric that asks one simple question. If you had to pay out of pocket for all the attention and real customer actions that So Good earned you, what would it have cost? We never make this number up. Today, we're going to show you exactly how it's built from the ground up using nothing but real costs.
Here's exactly what we're going to cover today. Unpacking your EMV number, money saved on ads, value of customer actions, scoring different business types, and finally, calculating your true ROI.
Section 1. Unpacking your EMV number.
When you log in and see a massive total EMV number, like, say, 35 grand, it is totally natural to be a bit skeptical. As a business owner, your first instinct is probably, okay, but is that real money? We get that skepticism, 100%. That's exactly why we're going to show you how this is built strictly from real costs, not some inflated marketing promises. This isn't a fluffy metric. It's a highly careful accounting of the actual value generated for your business.
The crucial point to understand is that EMV is simply the ad money you saved combined with the dollar value of real customer actions. It's literally just those two pieces added together. Part 1 is your search visibility value, meaning the ad budget you got to keep in your pocket. Part 2 is your Google Business Profile engagement value, which is the worth of the actions your customers actually took, like calling you or booking an appointment. And importantly, we strictly calculate this from finished months only. We don't project into the future, and we absolutely do not count months that are still in progress.
Section 2. Money saved on ads.
When your business shows up at the very top of the search results, you're getting all that attention for free. If you didn't rank there organically, a competitor would literally have to buy that exact same attention using Google Ads. So, to figure out what that would have cost you, we use an industry-standard tool called SEMrush. We take the SEMrush traffic cost, and we use it exactly as it is. We do not add a single penny on top of it. It is a straight third-party estimate of what you would have had to pay to get those exact same eyes on your business.
And this brilliantly illustrates our conservative approach. We only count the visibility actually earned in specific, top-of-page search features. Today, people don't just get a list of blue links anymore. They get answer boxes right at the very top. We only pull the SEMrush traffic costs from features like AI Overviews, AI Mode, the People Also Asked box, and the Local Pack. We completely remove all traditional SEO traffic costs from this equation. Why? Because traditional SEO just isn't a service we provide. We only take credit for the specific visibility we actually earn for you.
Section 3. Value of customer actions.
Your free Google Business Profile lets customers do 5 main things: call you, message you, ask for driving directions, book with you, or click to your website. But obviously not every action is worth the same, right? A confirmed booking is clearly worth way more than a casual website click. So we give each action a fair score, which we call a weight. Now what's really interesting here is that we intentionally lowered the weights originally suggested by OpenAI. OpenAI provided the industry standards, but frankly, we felt they were just too high. The internet loves to make marketing numbers look way bigger than they actually are, but we want numbers that reflect the honest, hard-working reality of your bottom line, not some inflated hype. We'd much rather be too careful than too generous.
Section 4. Scoring different business types.
Think about it. A service area business, like a roofer or a pest control company, goes directly to the customer. The customer calls them up to book a visit. But on the flip side, a brick-and-mortar business, like a med spa or dispensary, needs the customer to physically drive to their location. Because these business models are polar opposites, certain customer actions carry completely different values depending on what type of business you actually run. For example, a booking is the strongest sign of a new customer, so it always gets a full 1.0 weight for everyone. A website click is a softer signal, so it gets a conservative 0.4. But take driving directions, that's weighted at a massive 0.9 for physical stores like a med spa, because getting people in the door is literally the whole game. But for a roofer, we score driving directions at a tiny 0.1, practically nothing, since absolutely nobody is driving to a roofer's shop. Phone calls and messages, though, are heavily weighted for the service area folks at 0.6, because that is exactly how they book their jobs.
Section 5. Calculating your true ROI.
After scoring those actions with conservative weights, we multiply them by a dollar amount called the lead value. This is the national average cost per lead, or CPL, for your specific industry, derived directly from Google and OpenAI data.
So, for example, the national average CPL for a roofing company is $175. For pest control, it's $125. For a med spa, it's $150. By multiplying your weighted actions by the standard national cost, we find out exactly what those leads would have cost you to acquire somewhere else.
So let's look at the math for a roofer over 3 finished months. Step 1, we take all their calls, messages, directions, bookings, and clicks, apply those conservative weights, and add them up. For this specific roofer, that equaled 178.5 weighted actions. We multiply that by their $175 lead value, generating over $31,000 in pure engagement value. Step 2, we look at the ad money saved. Over those same 3 months, their SEMrush traffic cost from top-of-page features totaled $4,100. Step 3, we simply add Part 1 and Part 2 together. That gives us that initial total EMV of $35,337.50. It is completely transparent, totally math-driven, and tied directly to bottom-line replacement costs.
Now, how does that actually translate to ROI? Well, your dashboard takes that total EMV and simply divides it by what you actually invested with us. Let's say this roofer paid a monthly fee of $1,500. Over 3 months, their total investment was $4,500. When you divide that $35,000 EMV by the $4,500 investment, it yields a highly transparent 7.9x return. You generated nearly 8 times the value in saved ad spend and lead generation than what you actually paid.
Now, we want to be incredibly clear on this point. EMV is designed to be careful on purpose. It turns down the volume on soft signals and focuses purely on the real costs you would otherwise have to spend on ad budgets or lead generation. It is a careful estimate of marketing impact, not a promise of deposited revenue in your bank account, because ultimately, you still have to close the leads, but it proves the absolute baseline value of the attention and engagement your business is receiving.
We built this metric because we know business owners are absolutely tired of guessing what their marketing dollars are actually doing. We only count real, finished months. We lower the weights to be super conservative. We strictly separate service area from brick and mortar. So, with all the hype stripped away, all the vanity metrics tossed out, and the real math laid bare on your dashboard, take a look at your EMV, understand the math behind it, and finally see the true bottom-line impact of your digital presence.